What's up guys, happy Friday. Today I want to show you 3 mistakes I see with squats and I want to help give you some strategies to fix those mistakes. So make sure you watch this video all the way through to find out these strategies. The mistake with squats that I see is that the heel lifts up. All right, so when people squat down, they kind of lift up on the heel here, and that's gonna put a lot of stress into the knee. Second mistake I usually see with squats is as they're squatting down, their feet and their knees buckle in here. All right, again, that's gonna put a lot of stress to the knee and the hip and your low back. The thing I see is the ribs are flared out and your low back is super arched like this as you're squatting down. That tells me that your core is disengaged, and again, you're gonna feel stress in the low back. Step of helping you fix your squats is take your socks and shoes off, go to the lacrosse ball. We're going to roll the bottom of the feet here, spend about 30 seconds on each foot, and about 30 seconds for each calf. Don't rush it. Find those trigger points and sit and breathe through. All right, so after you roll the bottom of your feet and calves, we're gonna want to work on mobilizing the ankle. Right here, I'm using the Slant Board Guys Duo to help with my ankle mobility here and little toe mobility. So I'm gonna drive the knee as far forward as I can without letting the heel lift off. So keep the heel planted, go forward here. This toe is elevated here to get a little extra work with the toes. And then we're gonna relax. And then with each one, really think about squeezing the muscles around the ankle as we're doing. Next, we wanna work on some hip mobility. So we're gonna do a little external and internal rotation of the hips here. So I'm gonna lean forward, kind of stretch the back side of the glutes here. And then I'm gonna squeeze the muscles, stay nice and tall with your spine, making sure that we're not slouched over. So keep that spine neutral, engage the muscles around the hips, and hold that squeeze, really focus on the muscles around the hips, and then relax, and we can go to the other. Next, after you mobilize the hips here, we want to work on core stability. Specifically, we want to try and get your ribs to not flare out. So you want to really think about packing in those ribs here, gauge the core, so you should not be able to feel the edge of your ribs, or if you can, just barely. All right, so your core is engaged here. And then I really like dead bug variations to really help teach this, because it's going to have gravity help you assist pushing your ribs down here. So any dead bug variation that you can think of, we can just start with just your typical dead bug here, nice and slow. Exhale, make sure those ribs stays pushed down. Don't let them flare out as we extend your arm and leg. Really focus on that, because during your squat, same thing. We want to make sure your core is engaged and your ribs don't flare out in the middle of your squat. After you work on core stability, now we want to practice getting into the bottom of the squat, telling your body that it is okay to squat deep, making sure that we are practicing keeping our feet flat, knees pushed out, cores engaged. And I like assisted squats with this. So find something stable to put your hands on that's not going to move here. Put your feet in your squat position here, and then really focus going down slow. We're gonna brace that core. We're gonna squat down. Keep your feet flat. Really drive the knees out here. And all you're doing is teaching your body that it is okay to get into this position without compromising what the body is doing here. Now, when we get to the bottom part of the squat, what I don't want you to do is just sit here. What I want you to do is really think about squeezing every muscle from your toe all the way up into your shoulders and neck here. You want to try and create full body tension here. About a 5-second hold. As you can see, I'm a little shaking right here. All right, so this is not just some passive work. We're really working at the bottom. And then after that 5-second hold, we're gonna squat back up all the way through, and then relax. Then we're gonna go again. And you wanna do this for 10 Now that we have worked your ankles, we worked the hips, and we worked on core stability, and we just kind of worked on getting to the bottom of a deep squat. Let's go body weight squat here, kind of putting it all together here. So you're gonna have your feet in your squat position here, get the ribs pushed down, embracing the core here. And then I like starting with just arms reaching reaching out here helps with the counterbalance as we squat down. And then we're gonna squat down, really focus on the knees, pushing out here. Again, core's braced, keeping your heel onto the floor, squatting. And then again, we're gonna squeeze at the bottom of the squat and then push through. All right, do that for 5-10 reps. Really practice the movement here. No rush on adding weight to this. The goal is just to practice the squat, making sure that you can squat efficiently. All right, once we do all the steps and we can add weight to it, we're gonna add a kettlebell for goblet squats. All right, start with low weight, and then again, practice the movement of your squats here. All right, do reps 10 to 12, so you can really practice the movement of your squatting, and then slowly progress from there.